It was a cold, rainy night. Liam was winding down, ready for bed, thinking about his mountain trip the next day. His phone buzzed, lighting up the dark room. The caller ID, Grandpa Joe. But Grandpa Joe had died 3 years ago. Liam stared, frozen. Was this a prank? A glitch? The phone kept ringing, relentless. Dread crept in, but curiosity won. He answered, breath held. Silence. Then a faint crackle. Liam almost hung up until he heard a whisper. It was distorted, impossible, but real. The world faded away. Only the call remained. The voice was barely there, but it sent chills down his spine. Liam listened, heart pounding, as the impossible unfolded. He strained to make out the words. The whisper grew clearer, urgent. Liam's grip tightened on the phone. He was desperate for answers. The line crackled, the voice faded. Liam was left in stunned silence. The call ended, but the fear lingered. He checked the call log. Grandpa Joe, it was real. Liam sat in the darkness, shaken. The impossible had just happened, and it was only the beginning. Liam. The voice was unmistakable. His grandfather's, weak and distant. Static filled the line, but the message was clear. Don't go. Don't take the mountain road. Not tomorrow. Liam's mind raced. That was his exact plan. He tried to speak. Grandpa, how is this possible? But only static answered. The warning repeated. Urgent. Danger. The connection faded, the voice slipping away. Grandpa, wait! Liam pleaded. But the call ended. The room felt heavy, charged with something unexplainable. He stared at the call log. 1 minute, Grandpa Joe. It wasn't a dream. Liam was left with a choice. Ignore the warning, or listen to the impossible. The fear was real, but so was the message. He sat shaken, replaying the words in his mind. The warning echoed. Don't go! Liam realized he had to decide. Risk the road or trust the voice from beyond. The silence in the room was deafening. He felt the weight of the decision. The call had changed everything. Liam's world was no longer ordinary. He was caught between logic and the supernatural. The warning was clear. The choice was his. He knew what he had to do. The impossible had spoken. Liam's life would never be the same. He put the phone down, heart racing. The message lingered in the air. Danger was closer than he'd ever imagined. The next morning, Liam was restless. He called the phone company, desperate for answers. The number, Grandpa Joe's, had been deactivated for years, never reassigned. No record of any call existed. Liam showed the call log, but the company was baffled. He turned to a tech-savvy friend who ran diagnostics. No malware, no spoofing, no explanation. The call had come from nowhere. Every expert said it was impossible. Yet the evidence was in Liam's hand. He was left with a chilling truth. The call defied logic. No one could explain it. The warning was real, but the source was a mystery. Liam's search for answers only deepened the enigma. He realized some things can't be explained. The call was a ghost in the machine. Liam was left with more questions than answers. The impossible had happened. He was forced to accept it. The warning haunted him. He couldn't ignore it. The decision was clear. Liam canceled his trip, unable to ignore the warning. He told friends he was sick, keeping the real reason secret. As he watched the news, a breaking alert flashed. A massive rock slide had buried the mountain road. It happened at the exact time Liam would have been there. Cars were crushed, the road destroyed. Liam stared in shock. He'd been saved by the impossible call. The warning wasn't a glitch or a prank. It was real. Someone, or something, had protected him. The realization was overwhelming. He owed his life to a voice from beyond. The world felt different now. The line between life and death had blurred. Liam was living proof that the unexplainable exists. He watched the news, grateful but shaken. The fear lingered, but so did awe. What else was possible? The call had changed everything. Liam's life was spared by a message from the other side. The mystery remained. A week later, seeking closure, Liam visited his grandfather's old house. In the attic, he found an old cassette recorder. He played a tape, expecting family memories. Instead, he heard the same static from the call. Then, faintly, his grandfather's voice. "Liam, danger, don't go." The message was identical to the warning on the phone. The tape was years old, impossible to explain. The house had been sealed, the recorder untouched. The warning had crossed time itself. Liam realized this was no coincidence. It was a premonition, a final echo. The mystery deepened. How could this be? Was it love, fate, or something beyond understanding? The evidence was real, but the answers were not. Liam was left with awe and fear. The impossible had saved him. The message was clear, but the truth remained hidden. Some mysteries are never solved. What do you believe happened? The story ends, but the questions linger.